Hello and welcome to Sunday Run Day, the podcast. This week, I'm very lucky to be able to join with a special guest on the show, and it's my first guest as well. So, I've actually mentioned in the last few episodes that I really want to involve the podcast. And part of involving the podcast was actually having some people on the show to share their stories. So, this week, I'm very lucky to have Andi on the show. Now, I met Andi in the Iceland Volcano Marathon just recently when me and Clara went over to Iceland to run in the Iceland Volcano Marathon. Now, like many people, we start talking and we start, getting to know each other's running journey. And I tell you what, Andy has such an impressive running journey that I'm so excited for him to share. He's run 31 marathons since 2010. He's done 450k ultras. He's been featured in Runner's World in Germany in 2023. He's actually been on German TV, interviewed twice. And also, he's done 7 marathons in 7 continents. So I'm super excited to have him on the show and can't wait for him to share his story with you guys. So, welcome, Andi, to Sunday Run Day, the podcast. How does it feel to be the first guest on Sunday Run Day, the podcast?
So, it's really an honor for me to be the first. As you sent me the email that you would would like to have me on the podcast, and I will be the first. It was really good news and a little bit of nervous what's going on, but we'll see.
No, it's awesome. It's really good to have you on the podcast. And really, to be fair, you shouldn't be that nervous. It seems you have done 2 interviews with German TV and you featured in Runners Magazine. So that's pretty impressive by itself.
Yeah, but it's all the time. It's something different. Always be nervous. You also be nervous before each run.
Yeah, definitely. Always. I agree with that completely. I'm always nervous before every run. So sharing your runner story, I'm super excited and super fortunate to know a little bit of your runner story. And I just wanted to, have you on the show to actually share some of your runner story with some of my viewers. And first of all, the first question I always ask everyone is when do you start running and why did you start running?
Well, so actually my first competition race I made in 1998, which was a 5K run just close by in my hometown. And before I did some other sports and then I quit. So I started running. And the funny thing is that 5K run since 98, I did each year. So except COVID, when it was canceled once, I attended each year.
That's amazing.
Now already, I guess, 26th or 27th time this year, maybe.
Wow, that's phenomenal. I love that. I love the fact that, just taking on your first event and you just do it every year. It was something similar I was saying about Clara. And when Clara done the Run Melbourne event as her first event, and it's something, we try and do every year. So I know I absolutely love that. And love the fact that, you just kind of go back and do the same event and just enjoy it and be there for something special for you. So my real question that I really wanted to ask and I wanted to learn more about, because I think it is such an incredible achievement. The fact that you have done 7 marathons in 7 continents, like that is mind blowing for me. I think, as I said, I'm very early in traveling and running at the same time. But the fact you've done 7 marathons to 7 continents, like, please just share that story, share what marathons they were, and obviously where they were in the world, and just how you felt and how you enjoyed it, and what was the reason for really wanting to tackle that journey.
Well, yeah. So me and my wife, we also like traveling. So traveling was is still one of our hobbies, and running is one of our hobbies. At the early time when I started running, my wife was not running at all. So we just went to the gym three times a week, but running was never something for her. And then I made my first marathons in 2010 in Germany here. And as we are big fans of New York, we've been in New York 2 times before, and then then it was clear once I have to run the New York Marathon, which I then did in 2011. And then I was thinking, so what's next? So this was the first marathon not in Germany and even not in Europe. So then I was thinking, and at that time, some other friends, they started doing the majors. At that time, it was only 5.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought, yeah, if you want to run the majors, they tell you where you have to go. So, and this I did not like that at all. So I wanted to go for a run where where we want to go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So then I just, made a little bit of research, and then I found this organization which was called Seven Continents Runners. Yeah, this was exactly what I wanted. There are a few rules, geographically, some special areas where you have to know to which continent they count or not.
Yeah,
And then you just go and make the marathon wherever you want. So, and
that's awesome.
that's how it started. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And so the 7, so where were the 7? Obviously New York being one of them. What were the other 6?
Yeah. So for South America, I went to Caracas in Venezuela.
Wow.
So this usually we wanted to go together, but well, she at that time she still was not running. So,
Yeah.
but it was not a safe place at the moment. I already booked everything, so I just went there for 4 days and came back. This was not like a trip. It's just for the running, which was a little bit a pity, but yeah, was not able to do anything else. Then, so for Africa, we went to Marrakesh in Morocco,
Wow.
so which is quite easy to access from our place. It's
Yeah.
just a 3-hour flight. It's easy and yeah. And we've never been in somewhere in northern region of Africa. So, and we always combine what we want to see and is there then also a race to take part? And for Asia, we went to Tokyo. Funny
Wow.
thing is, I applied I guess it was in October, and then 2 months later, it was announced to be the 6th major. So I was already in. We went there with the group. It was around 15 runners from Germany, and I was the only guy who was there. Yeah, because it fits in our schedule. Because afterwards we met some friends in Asia, and all the others, they all had already the 5 major medals, and they wanted to be the first German to get the 6-star medal.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It was really funny. And then we went to Sydney in 2016, which was then definitely it was the first marathon then for Adi. So 2 years before she started also running, and then first she thought, okay, I'm there anyway. Maybe make the half marathon, and then she decided to do her first in Sydney together with a friend who also joined us there. And finally, I had to go to the Antarctic, which was then my 7th continent. And Adi, she had to add 2 more, which were then again in South America. So we went to Buenos Aires, where we met a friend who we met before when we went to the Antarctic. And we went to Jerusalem for Asia for her
Wow, yeah.
marathon, which was really a special place to run. You could
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that's amazing. And do you know, I love the connection that we have is, all 4 of us, me, you, Edie, and Clara. Like the fact that Edie's first marathon was Sydney, Clara's first marathon was Sydney. Different years, but just having that connection is great. And the fact that you guys have both now run a marathon in every continent, even Antarctica, like that is incredible that you've gone there and done that. I just absolutely love that. I think it's like such a cool thing for you that, as you say, you were like, you run a major and you loved it. It was amazing. But you were like, I want to do it myself. I want to kind of go out there and travel and run at the same time. And what's amazing 7 places to do it. And yeah, Tokyo, I mean, that's just awesome. That you didn't know it was going to be a major, and then obviously all these other group with you are going there to be the first Germans to run all the majors, and then you just are going like, I'm just there to enjoy Tokyo, and yeah, that's incredible. I love that, and what a story! Like, what an incredible story that you guys have on your running journey, and to be able to complete that not only by yourself but also with your wife and with Edie, I think that is just super special.
Yes, for sure.
So a part of that as well, like what was the event that you enjoyed the most out of not necessarily just those seven continents, but what is the event that you've gone and you've been like, this one was the one I had the most fun at?
That's really difficult to say because, every race, I made more than 30 marathons since 2010. So in average 2 a year. And every one of this has its own story. So some are made just for a personal best, which I usually try to make close by, somewhere in Germany, where you have an easy well, no elevation and stuff like this. But traveling and meeting people and running on different special places. Antarctica is special. Jerusalem was special. All these cities are special, and you could tell stories of each of these towns. Well, we are big fans of New York, so New York is really special. It's a big one. It's a major, but New York is the highlight. So that's why Adi also wanted to run New York for her North American continent. So we went there again for the marathon. And the funny thing is, New York, everyone says New York is not that difficult. It's not that easy. It's quite a difficult race. But in fact, in all, not to start too late, I just cheated a little bit about the time she will run. So we could start together. And I told her, but take care because all the others, they will run much faster than you. And you will not make it to the end if you run that fast. But she didn't listen that good. So she made her personal best in New York,
Wow.
which is not that usual.
Oh, that's amazing, and I love that as well. Like, you sometimes with some of these races and events, you kind of you adjust your time a little bit because you do want to get to the front, man. You want to have that ability to be able to run at your own pace and your own stride. And I love the fact that you give it the advice. You're just like, just take it easy, don't go too fast because these people are going to go really fast. Yeah, she didn't listen. She was gone, and to get a personal best in New York, that's phenomenal. That is awesome. I love that.
Yeah, and so my plan was to also just enjoy. So I was not aiming for a very fast time, and my idea was to catch her up for the last 5K, but it was not possible. So she was already in when I realized, and I had my mobile in hand to track her. I saw, okay, she will just come within the next 15 minutes. I can just wait outside.
Oh, that's awesome. And I love that as well. It's something that, it's kind of happened with me and Clara as well, thinking that, I finished just before and thinking, oh, yeah, she might be a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden, it's like, there she is right at the finish line. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, great running and stuff. So that's awesome. And I think it's, for me as well, being on the running journey with Clara and having, so many similarities with you and Edie, I think that's amazing. Like, I love the fact that, you and Edie are running together and, sort of got to go through those experiences and enjoying each other's journey. And really as well, not only, congratulations to you for everything, but congratulations to Edie as well. Like, she's an amazing runner. She's doing amazing things out there as well. And that's super impressive.
Yeah, especially for her as she was not so into sports, I would say around 10 years before. So we went to the gym 3 times a week. Yeah. But she just started slowly running 10 years ago. And, I'm working together with a personal coach since 13 years now already. And one funny thing is when we went to a marathon in a group together, a lot of runners, which all are coached by him. He was also just, as a visitor with us. And he said to her, one time you will run a marathon. And she said, come on, don't say such things. And at the end, she did now 12 or 13 in the meantime.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's that sometimes that thought process, isn't it? Like I had the same as well, like thinking I'm never gonna run a marathon. Like that's just, that's crazy. I'm not gonna do that. And then all of a sudden you do your first marathon and then you start thinking, well, when's the next one? And yeah, here you are, Edie's, say 12, 13 marathons into it. And yeah, what an achievement. And to be, I say, I love the fact that you guys have incorporated traveling and running. And I think it's such a cool thing that they say to do all 7 continents of running a marathon is amazing. And plus all the other events that you've done and around the world is really cool. So I guess my other real question is, I'm here talking to someone that has run 31 plus marathons, someone that has done a sub 3 hour marathon, like incredible achievements. What sort of advice would you give other runners that, either runners that are starting their running journey or people like myself have been on my running journey for a while?
Well, advice, yeah, passion and persistence. Passion means you have to love what you do. So you really have to enjoy the hard sessions. And persistence means, it does not, if you are aiming for a personal best, it takes some time. So at the beginning, yeah, you will improve fast, probably, but to reach your ultimate limit, it takes some time. So mine is already passed away. So my time is over now. But I had a journey of around 10 years to increase. And I really, since I'm working with my personal coach, I think he's doing our training plans. And I think I've not skipped 10 sessions within the 10 years.
Wow.
I'm lucky I don't get any injuries and stuff like this, that's something different. Or if you're sick, then you're sick. But, the other circumstances, I don't care. So persistence and passion and fun, now I have fun. When I was aiming for personal best, it was not always fun, but now it's fun. So decide where to run, and I just running together with Adi, be it training or be it a competition. I'm done now with my personal best, and I can just enjoy.
That's awesome, and yeah, I love that. And you're right. We all get to a point where we're not going to hit our personal best anymore, and it's to be okay with that. As you say, it's about enjoying it and out there, and we run because we enjoy the start with. Yeah, there's definitely some moments where we might not enjoy it when we are chasing our personal best, and we're actually putting the work in, and I love that advice. I really do. I think it's top advice and something that I'll definitely take on board as well for sure.
Yeah.
Nah, Andy, it's an absolute pleasure to chat with you and have you on the show. Been really wanting to involve the podcast and get people on the show, and it's so good that I've got you on the show and just to share your story with me and your needies. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm very happy to talk about, and I'm also very happy, and it's not only me, it's also Adi. That we met us in Iceland, which was really funny. So I saw you two walking around in the hotel in Reykjavik, and I was thinking this could be a tough competitor to me, and that's how it turned out.
No, that is awesome, and yeah, I mean, we had fun in Iceland, and I'd say the same with you. I definitely seen you in India around the hotel and thought, oh, well, this guy has been running for a while. He knows his stuff. He's going to be someone that is going to be out there at the front as well. So it was certainly fun to run with you. I've really enjoyed it. I really love to hear your story. And seeing you out there on the course as well was really cool. I really like that, and it's great. Like when we do get to go to these events and we get to meet all these people, it's incredible. And yeah, someone like yourself to hear your story and what you've achieved is amazing. And yeah, I certainly seen you when we're in the hotel. I was like this guy, he's gonna be out there right at the front, and you certainly were.
Yeah, I tried to, I was prepared. I checked the results from the previous years, and then I made, some kind of plan for me. But I want to run the first K fast and see what's happening. And then there were already 5 guys, including you, in front of me. And then I knew, okay, it will not be easy.
Yeah, I was a pretty similar thing. I seen what the times were from people before and thought, well, that seems like it's a tough course. the fact that, yeah, the first few kilometers were a little bit flatter, I thought, well, let's go a little bit fast and see who kind of joins me. And yeah, there's a few people out there joining me, and those guys were incredible runners. Yeah, I certainly had a lot of fun, and I was very fortunate to to be there at the front for a little while, and certainly enjoyed being running by myself and not seeing anyone for quite a few kilometers.
Yeah, when I was turning right to after K17, I don't saw anyone. There was no one in front of me. There was no one behind me. And then I was really thinking, why did I sign up for the full one? So, you know,
I think a lot of us that were running the full had the same theory when we were kind of carrying on and thinking, not seeing anyone. We're going, I could have finished. I could have been done. Why did I not just do the half and be like, yeah, that was fun? But no, it's part of what we do when we run marathons. We always challenge ourselves, and it certainly was a challenge for me and Clara. We definitely would say it's our toughest marathon that we've done. We don't really do trail runs, so it was tough, but yeah, super enjoyable, and it gave us the opportunity to meet people like yourself and hear your story. So yeah, I'm very thankful for that.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, I really appreciate you sharing your story, and it's been such an amazing story. And yeah, thank you for obviously being the first guest on Sunday Run Day, the podcast. As I say, I didn't know how it would quite go. I've always been doing it myself, so I'm really fortunate to be able to have you on here and share your story. And I appreciate being late at night for you as well, and being on the show is really a pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks for having me or for having us, our story. It was, yes, really a pleasure. Yeah.
A really big thank you to Andy. Thank you so much for joining and being my first ever guest on the podcast. And he said some amazing stuff and shared an amazing story. So again, I can only thank him for that. And as I said, I really want to evolve the podcast. I'm very lucky to be able to have someone on the show now. It was really cool for me to have that moment and have someone on the show that is just super impressive. And as I said, if you want to share your story, because I believe every runner has a story that needs to be told, please reach out to me. I'd love to have you on the show. Whatever your story is, it's special to you. And I always believe that we all have a story that needs to be told. So again, thank you very much for Andy. That's it for this episode. Really thank you for tuning in. It's been such a cool episode for me. I hope you guys love it as much as I love to record it with Andy and hearing his and Edie's story. As I said, him and me and Edie and Clara, we have such a unique story, but there's also similarities. And I love that about runners, that when we start talking to people, we all have those sort of similarities. And it could be a story that, Edie's first marathon happened to be the exact same place as Clara's. And I love that. So that's amazing. As I say, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, until next time, happy running.